Heyo, and welcome to the stream. It's Hunter Mary here with Brescia FC and Football Manager 2022. We're off to a good start here in year 11 as we continue to play 22 before we're really looking to get into the release of 23 since it's still just in the beta. We are off to an incredible start at the top of Serie A and the top of our group in the group stages of the Champions League. But we have our biggest matchup yet as we go up against Julius Mogensen, ex-Brescia man, and Dortmund 2 times. These 2 games will be will probably be the deciding factor of who tops the group. And we're hoping to have a little bit of success. So far, it seems like in the Bundesliga, Mogensen not having too much success this season, but elsewhere, he is still scoring goals, still putting up generally good numbers in the cups, in continental competition, and everything else. So he's one of the dangers we have to pay attention to. I don't know how Dortmund... Generally a pretty solid team in Dortmund. It is a game I expect us to do well in. Winning might be a little bit difficult, but we're hoping to have some success. So since the last stream I simulated from international break, generally everything was okay. Julius Mogensen Maximiliano Cabrera got some play time off of his injury, so we're back to having 3 healthy strikers for the time being. But before we get to Borussia Dortmund, we will play Venice. One more. They are currently one of the bottom teams in Serie A. We are at home. We should expect to do very, very well here, but it is a game. Can't take anything for granted. I did rest players, but I think I was a little late on the draw. So we'll play Barclay in this game. I think we definitely need Danilo in the next game, so... Yeah, so I think we'll keep Abdullah in this one, and we'll... I kind of wanted to go Cesarano, but we'll go Denis and Orestes beside him. Both are left foot dominant, generally. How's Barcelo feeling? I think we'll go to Nordberg here. So try to get him some time on that left wing back. Madu to sit for Raska. I don't want like too many substitutes, but so how many subs is that? Also add a bio. But in our starting outfield players, 1, 2, 3. Barclay is kind of 1A, 1B. I would consider that generally equal. Is technically a sub, I guess. 4, 5. Part of me's thinking Danny Olmo, but we might need that a little bit. So I think we'll do that. So it might be a little substitution heavy compared to what I want, but hopefully we can get the job done. We've won the last 5 matches against Venice. Yeah, I think it can provide a little bit of an edge. Yeah, credit to all the players right now that we're screening for feeling. I'm not too concerned about the match schedule at the moment. We're obviously winning games. We're playing pretty well. It's not been too difficult on a very, very good form coming into here. Venice, obviously, they are gathering a few draws here. And they do have a Brescia man, Hans Abgelin. I'm not sure. Never really played for Brescia, but he was kind of the pre-Rafik Nordbo, like potential intriguing guy, but just never really developed. Very interested to see him like on like fullback. I did forget to set my opposition instructions. Not too concerned about doing that. And then we just want to press the width. So you will play wide. You'll play wide. And then neither of you guys are very good. But we'll just make it difficult for you. Barclay will bring it in. A little trio there as Mino goes, and he looks to shoot. Cueva picks up the loose ball and gives the play width to Barclay. A little odd, but Denis ultimately comes up, and Mendoza brings him down hard. Mino, Abdulev, and Loria makes a good save. Well played by Barclay there. Raska, and he looks for Stromberg. He looks to cut it back to Maximiliano Cabrera, who's welcome back after injury. Did play in the international break. Got some minutes. I believe scored or got an assist or something. Did have a goal involvement, I believe, in his game. Adebayo has to make the save on the corner. I'll encourage a little bit. Not really generating much offense at the moment. I mean, not bad, but seems like we're kind of letting Venice control this game a little bit. Don't let them get into this game with fouls and stuff. Mendoza opens up space, but rolled pretty softly for Abdulev. Denis hoofs it long, which I don't really like. We calmed it down. They were backing off. Mendoza. Abdulev cuts it out beautifully, though. Cabrera, Stromberg, Mino looking to make a push. Trying to find space. Looks for Stromberg, but it falls to Cabrera. One more pass there. And just pass it home for Stromberg, but Stromberg handles it. Orestes, Nordberg, Raska, and chipped over to Nordberg. Brings it down well. Cueva falls to Nordberg, who looks to find Cabrera in there, but can't. And did Blanco stay on? It's off the post. They didn't make him pay. Carbonero running wide. Cueva into Mino. Cueva has a go from range! And a glorious moment for Oscar Cueva. And out of nothing, honestly, this has looked like a pretty even matchup. But that moment of quality comes through at times. And there was one of these moments. Oscar Cueva with a brilliant shot. Saving a rather disappointing performance, honestly, so far for Brescia. Poor from Abdulev. A chance on the counter. Poor hit. Didn't trouble the keeper. But very poor from Abdulev in the middle. He's played a lot of games already this season. Mino, Stromberg, good first touch, and a good finish. Stromberg opening himself up, and Brescia smelling blood in the water a little bit. Raska. Not on the same page with Cabrera, who's, as we mentioned, just getting back, so. Maybe to be expected, a few of those moments. Nordberg and Cabrera playing a good one there. Cabrera now pushing wide, and he looks for Stromberg. And they will get a corner out of it. A good surge from Maximiliano. And Venice hanging around, but Brescia have been better. Yeah, trying to get everybody kind of motivated for this one. Yeah, it seems maybe like overkill when you're up 2-0, but it just does seem like if they get one back, they could get another. It's not like they aren't generating chances. We haven't seen too many as highlights, but the couple we have seen were dangerous. Well done by Denis. Raska flips it up to Stromberg. Who's going one-on-one chance right around the keeper. And Vegard Stromberg is having himself a season so far. Taking full advantage of Maximiliano Cabrera's injury, I feel like. Getting those consistent chances and consistently playing very, very well. Falls to arrest this. Abdulev. And we'll give Stromberg the chance at the hat trick. With a little push in here. And it's saved. Stromberg does beat them there, but a poor pass decision. I think if he goes for Cabrera there instead, it's probably another goal. But he was looking for Oscar Cueva. Mino pushing. Now Raska. Denis, Cueva, and he flips it out wide. Back to Raska. Back to Nadi, and back to Cueva. He's going to look to the other side to Nordberg. Cabrera. Mino. Chipping the keeper. Getting him out of place. I mean, I liked what Cabrera did there. Encouraged Mino, but didn't all fall through. Raska searching for Stromberg. He has to bring it back to Mino. He looks to find Stromberg, who goes to Cabrera. Good first touch. And off the post. It could have been for Cabrera. Oh, nearly. Mino searching. Oh, and Cabrera gets his head to it, but saved. Nice keeping. But it is good to see Cabrera maybe getting into some of these dangerous spots. Nordberg played into space, and he looks to whip it in to Cabrera. Magellan. Cueva takes it off him, and he goes along to Cabrera. Back to Raska. Mino. Taking that extra touch. I don't think I would have minded trying to get Cabrera in. He was making the move. Raska. And he flips it to Cabrera. This time, he finishes it off. Maximiliano running off the last defender. And Brescia looked dominant in this second half. and have gotten their reward. 100 already in the young career of Maximiliano Cabrera. So I think around the 65th minute we'll do some big subs. We'll probably also like drop it to like a standard line. Maybe take like the really high counter pressing out of it. Mino in space. He's got a chance. Not the best, and Cabrera needed to follow that one up though. And I was thinking of subbing Stromberg, but so Cesarano will get a game. I think we're actually going to put him in the middle. Yeah. I'm going to put Anthony Cesarano in the middle. We're going to push Nordberg. I think we're going to do something maybe a little bit... Oh, actually, you know what? Oops. Well, no, I want him to play left wing. Because I was going to... It almost kind of makes more sense, though, to put him in the middle. Not Satriano. Malacia. Instead of Olmo, we'll bring on Jan Valletta, I think. No other, like, really young guys. Monty, I guess, is, but he's also a defensive player. Yeah. And I think with that, we're going to go to, like, a standard line. I think we're just going to take the counter press off. And I think we're really just going to do that. Dulev pushes forward. Back to Lioria. Magellan. Piscini. Looking for Blanco. Abdulev covers that well. Denis. Raska. Who flips it out to Barclay. Stromberg. Mino in space. Good run from Cabrera. Held a defender and kept that space open for him. A good number of substitutions here. Malacia Orestes, but blasted way over. Abjelin smartly heads it down. He's looking to find somebody. A decent chance there, and Adebayo has to make a good save. It is a shot from range. Brescia usually okay with giving those up, but that one had a chance. But a good save. And an offside at some point in that build-up. Katarina. It's so funny how forward they get. Abdulev, not the guy that I would choose there, but good move from Catarino here. Has the young Cesarano in a bit of a blender. And the ball is just kind of falling at the feet of Venice. It's bouncing around, coming back. Blanco. He turns, burns, but he's well wide. Cesarano, the guy harassing him again. But again, pulling the tall center back out of the middle. Mendoza. Mendoza again. Evgelin finds space. Looks back. Nordberg gets just enough on it that it's a miss. Stromberg. Cueva. Playing in his more advanced role that he was doing a lot of last season, and he pushes it well wide. Cuts it in. Oh, and Maximiliano Cabrera. A brilliant counter. Could have been. Good touch. Stromberg. He's going to go all the way. A brilliant goal. Fantastic for the hat trick. What a touch. What a run. And a beautiful finish to the far post. Vegard Stromberg. Yeah, he just surges through there. Stromberg again. Another chance. Taken wide, he's going to take the shot. I think it's smarter to just pull that one back to Malacia. But he's feeling himself today. Maybe overly confident in a way. And a huge block from Cesarano. Adebayo was out in no man's land. I don't even know if he could have touched it. I think it was with his hands. Right around that line. But Cesarano does well. A phenomenal moment for the young center back. Hoping to get a few more chances. Valleda sprays it out to Malacia on the left. Into Cabrera, who finds Stromberg, who doesn't complete the finish. He was offside. Cabrera's probably like, oh, you could have put that one home anyway, or like, wouldn't have been an assist for Cabrera. Malacia, Cueva. Stromberg surges through again. He's gonna have himself a go. Another good defending on the clearance. And that's the final. 5-0. Brescia get it done. A much, much better second half performance. They even drew a penalty that they end up missing. And in a day where Stromberg does miss that penalty, he still scores 3. And a good day all around. I think the only guy that had a bad day was Nordberg, and he still gets the benefit of just being on like a winning side, right? But Patrick Nordberg, a little rough as he's still getting used to the left wing. Yeah, we know what we're capable of and believe that we can. It's just about belief. Yeah, we just need to continue to build on everything. Really, really impressive victory. Yeah, I haven't decided that yet. I mean, I think the starters are probably gonna get arrest. Yeah. Mana. Fullback. Not too impressive. Oh yeah, not interested. More of a defensive midfielder, but maybe. Yeah, I don't think Mueller's the type of guy we would bring in, but could be something, right? Oh, are you, Pero? You get to make those decisions now? I mean, to be honest, I have that bias, right? Where I really like Cabrera. He exploded onto the scene in his first season. We had been chasing him. You know, we spotted him when he was like 16, bought him immediately when he turned like 18, and he had a brilliant season. And he hasn't had any bad performance by any means to like cool the fire. For sure. But if you actually look at it, Stromberg, what does Cabrera do better? Free kick taker. His actual heading skill, but he doesn't have the height. Better defensively, marking, tackling, not much, but is there. Doesn't have like huge concentration or composure lead. A little more aggressive. Better anticipation. Not as good determination. Much better positioning. Teamwork and work rate. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like Stromberg should be. I didn't actually look here. And then he has better natural fitness, but not. But again, it's not like it's an 18 or something crazy, right? It's tough. It's tough. But I do think that they're just so similar that we should sell one or the other. Joel Jumper saves Milan, but they can only salvage the draw. Juventus also draws Udinese, so we extend our position in the league over some of our top competition. And we'll do the recovery match review team bond and then do that. And then probably rest all the starters. It does have good natural flair. That could be somewhat intriguing. And in the next day, Roma win, Lazio draw, Inter also draw, so we extend over. Inter and Napoli get a massive win after a very early sending off. I mean, after an even earlier goal. And Torino beat Hellas Verona. Yeah, I think we can do that. Everybody gets an extra day of rest. And it is the away leg first. Bartoli got an assist. Benevento, Sassuolo. Denis, Orestes, Barclay, Mino, Stromberg, all in that team of the week after a big performance. But that is a big question. Do we want to re-sign Orestes? Do we want to keep the depth? Or do we want to move on? We've signed some young center backs recently from Italy. So, I don't know. I'm kind of inclined for a sale of Orestes. As good as he's been, I just think he is maybe falling off the standard of the squad a little bit. Rangers win. Arsenal draw. Ajax draw. Man United gets upset by Gladbach behind 2 goals from Lorenzo Luca. Milan dominate. Udinese lose to Bayern Munich. Ugh, that's a tough L. And Real Madrid get a Gustavo Martins hat trick and a capper from Eduardo Camavinga. So we will take a look, I think, is after the first half where everybody's sitting. Milan, I think, is obviously doing well. Gosser working hard. I mean, he's also kind of falling off the standard. I don't think that he's going to be anything special for us, but it's good to see. I don't know. Potentially, we do need that depth option, so somebody improving there could be nice. Starts with 10. The inconsistency kind of hurts. giving us all these new recommendations. It's the first time in a while. We must be moving through it a little bit. I'll check. I'll do it right now. Check our scouting. Yeah, we're down to less than 250 on the board. And a lot of people are, you know, some guys we've scouted before. I mean, there's still a pretty big chunk that's never been scouted at all. But, oh, also, we should do that. Not that... oops, no. That was close. Karnaseki. How's Abdullah feeling? Low. Galbraith for sure. Orestes is still feeling fresh. That is one thing that I have noticed about Orestes, whether it's the natural fitness. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I have noticed that about him. He does stay fresh pretty well. I don't know if we just happen to rotate him better or whatever, but Birkenbaum still has a low level of fatigue. Barcelo. Madu. Cueva's low. I think we will go back to Jan Vallejo. Little substitution stuff going on. Olmo. And then I'd have to say Satriano. Yeah, in for Stromberg. As Cabrera is still fresh. Can run around a little bit. Abdullah will be on the bench. Barclay. Nordberg. Oraska. Cueva. Stromberg. Pretty confident in that group. We are going to tweak some things before we jump in here. And we will do, especially since this is the away leg, we will do a little I have faith in everybody. But we're going to play the standard defensive line. And that's really where we'll start. Sit back a touch and see what happens. We won't be doing that too much. Ruska. Giovanni should cut in. Ruska should be to the outside. And then it does look like they'll both try to be involved, but I like to do that anyway. Just press that with, make it difficult. We have to carry confidence into the match, and we will make sure we have to play as well as we can. I do think scoring first matters to us. We want to take control. Having won our first two matches, this is probably the most important game yet. The one thing I would like to see is, like, you could have conversations. And maybe that would work with, like, the squad planner, now that they kind of have that, of, like, how you rate players and how you're... what you're seeing in your mind. Be interesting to have a conversation with your, like, assistant coach when you have him doing those, things. And being like, hey, man, maybe, like, just don't answer the question about Cabrera, you know? Like, stars-wise, reputation-wise, he's, like, our best striker, right? So, like, why would you say that he's available? You know? I mean, I guess maybe he's saying that just because we don't have a lot of money in general, but, so maybe he's like, yeah, everybody's for sale. But It is like, you're telling PSG to come get one of our players right now. Do you know what that means? Like, that means he's gone, right? If they come, he's going to want to go. But maybe not if they get kicked out of the UCL. Down too early. Julius Mogensen. Pekovic. Sure, a little excited. Oh boy. A little bit of chaos, miscommunication. Ruska! And a brilliant goal in Dortmund. Take the early lead. I think that is a perfectly timed run. There is not much we're doing about that. It starts from the miscommunication. We get into a little bit of danger. But really, it's this run here in the final moments. And it's just a perfect pass. Yeah, just quick there. Looped over everybody. Just perfect. And Andy Galbraith with the corner makes up for it. They kind of said that it was his mistake. I don't know if that's entirely true. I honestly think it was just kind of perfect offense. But a very strong header into the back of the net now. And Brescia answer quickly. This is a team that starts with solid defense, so defensive mistake is definitely frustrating. Satriano. Cabrera not quite there. Mogensen. And he plays it well out wide to Ruska. Birkenbaum cuts it out. Ruska somehow steals it back. I'm not entirely sure how that has it. And he blows by. Cut back. Through some traffic, Carnesecchi saves in a corner for Dortmund. Very intense. Elsewhere, Celtic are in control of the Dynamo Kiev game. And Spartak Moscow upsetting Liverpool at the moment. Mogensen is just positioning himself really well against Pekovic. It's kind of the matchup I want, but seems to be kind of going Mogensen's way, at least so far. Dortmund are definitely, they're rushing men forward, putting a lot of pressure on Brescia to be perfect. Almada. But it does seem like Dortmund not necessarily in a hurry to, nicely blocked there. Cleared by Barcelo. But a throw-in pressure will stay on. Satriano, Birkenbaum. And Sears. Birkenbaum showing too much of that ball. Cut out there by Valeda. Well done. Danny Olmo hesitates on the ball. Ruska looks to push Mogensen forward. Orestes there. And Brescia settle it down. Barcelo forward to Cabrera. Who looks for Satriano with a good header. Good cross, good header. Big save. Valeda. Kind of wanted him to have a go. Birkenbaum pushing forward. Finds Andy Galbraith, who's still up. He plays a beautiful ball through to Satriano. And the mistake may have come from Galbraith, but also the 2 goals that have now given the lead to Brescia have also come from brilliance of Andy Galbraith. Just a little bit of space, and he puts that up, and a very tidy finish from Satriano. And as of late, the shots, the chances are all Brescia. Cabrera, again, don't. Daniel Marcelo. He looks to open up a little bit of space. Mogensen back there clears it. Danny Olmo has a go, and I think that was a dangerous shot. That could have been something, but it doesn't get through the traffic. Barcelo, Orestes, Pekovic, Galbraith. Out wide now to Birkenbaum. Madu. Valeda will spray one out wide to Barcelo, who strides forward. There were guys making runs in front of him, but he doesn't release the pass. Orestes led all the way back to Carnesecchi, who clears it forward. Cabrera's in space. He's been down here a couple of times. He's tried some good crosses, and then he put another one in. And Satriano, not quite. Cabrera steals it. Looks to surge forward. Is surging. A chance. And just wide. Near. Phenomenal. Danny Olmo from range and has to be saved. Elsewhere, Barcelona is down, but Olympiacos has a sending off, I think. I think it's for them. And a sending off now for PSG as they're behind. Maybe some frustration from the ex-Juventus man. And we had a very nice... The first 20 weren't really at the races, but after our goal, we seemed like the more dominant team. Not too many super high-quality chances, but also we've gotten some moments kind of out of nothing from Cabrera just finding space. Don't need anything weird on our end. Barcelo. Poor cross. Finds Madu. Valeda. And they kind of reset back to Galbraith. And they reset all the way back to Carnesecchi, who now tries another long ball forward to Barcelo. Cabrera falls to Danny Olmo! And he sees space and takes the shot from distance. And it almost seems like Dortmund is paying so much attention to Maximiliano Cabrera that some other guys are finding a little bit of space in this attacking trio. Olmo and Satriano have now scored. I do still want to have Barcelo ease off tackles. Strong from Barcelo. It looked a little bit funky. I was a little concerned that we might have seen the thing I didn't want to see. Cabrera pushes. Corner. Oh, free kick. In a dangerous area, though. They go back to Geithner. The ball bounces around. Kern, somehow, the man who found that through the traffic. To Barcelo. Looks to push forward. Pour into Cabrera. And they're trying the long cross pass to Ruska. And Valeda just leads Cabrera into space. And he looks back for Valeda. Cabrera chasing the ball all over the place, and he ultimately goes with a long shot well over the bar. A lot of effort. And even a man down. PSG looking to get back into it. Satriano, Cabrera, but couldn't get the angle. Valeda! And just over the bar. Oops. Liverpool and Chelsea taking the lead. And it's hired Danilo Pekovic. Will lead to Abdulev jumping in. And then Jan Valeda, I think we're going to take out for Peter Raska as we just go a little bit more defensive there. And then I think we'll hold, and then we'll probably sub whichever wingback is a bit more tired. I want us to kind of just keep dominating to a certain extent. Marcelo. Raska, and he flips it up to Satriano, who plays it in beautifully to Cabrera. Oh, and what a finish. What a finish. And Brescia have taken control. The striker-to-striker combination, but it is Cabrera's surge there that makes the difference. And Saint-Etienne in Chelsea. Back to level. Okay, I think we'll do that as we look to grind this game out a little bit. Satriano off the bar. He was flying in looking for another goal. Anthony Madu. Ball just falls to Danny Olmo, I guess. And this may kind of sound dumb, because I guess it also could mean Barclay gets one, but I think we will still sub at the wingback spot, but I'll bring in Barclay as to maybe try to avoid getting a yellow. Not that there's any reason Bergerbaum could get a yellow, but that would kind of be maybe be the one negative that would pop out of that is one of both wingbacks getting a yellow. There have definitely been games where I've had both wingbacks suspended before, and I like that to not occur in the Champions League if I could avoid it. Cabrera back to Barcelo, who finds Satriano. He's off. His fifth. Or the team's fifth today. And Brescia don't just get the... And it's Geckner dropping back. Barclay reads it well. He's fresh. Olmo. Satriano. Cabrera. Satriano. A chance. And he does it. Oh, absolutely incredible game from Martin Satriano. And maybe the ironic thing is because of Satriano being here, because Cabrera and you know, come in. That's the reason Julius Mogensen is at Borussia Dortmund, and they are the reason that they will not be in first place. Satriano. Olmo. Abdullah getting a little creative unnecessarily. Van Cedars. Galbraith cuts in. And an unbelievable performance. Dortmund got their chances. Not a low XG, but Brescia just took every opportunity they got. An assist and a goal for Danny Olmo. An assist for Barcelo. An assist and a goal for Galbraith. 3 goals for Satriano plus an assist. And Cabrera getting a goal himself. After the early goal, it didn't take long. And then it was all Brescia. Call it a goal from a quality player. And Dortmund, who have won the majority of their games, actually have a -1 goal differential now after a very, very dominant performance. Elsewhere, Man City win. Hoffenheim draws. Barcelona win. Oh, yeah, Olympiacos, got it sending off. Chelsea pull it out with a late Jadon Sancho goal. Celtic beat down Kiev, and Kiev falls to the bottom of our group. Salzburg, even after a sending off, holds on to beat Juventus, even add to their total afterwards. And PSG had a sending off and a disastrous performance, really, for them. And Liverpool do enough behind a brace from Gonzalez. We'll travel back. We'll go through our recovery and everything. And it ultimately ends up being pretty comfortable. Really kick from Lasseron. Yeah, he is very much like a ball-winning midfielder, though. I mean, I guess you could get him and look at him as like a deep-lying playmaker. He's not like... The jumping reach hurts a little bit. But he's very, very good defensively. Aggressive, brave. And has some passing vision to work with. Like, you just kind of make him a deep-lying playmaker. Almost. So you could do a box-to-box, too. He's interesting. I guess a box-to-box, you just, like, create a wrecking ball in the middle of the field. I can't do that, though. So everybody plus Abdulev, everybody who started plus Abdulev, will get a day's rest. As we look to take on Frosinone. Barclay, still really only able to speak basic Italian. We'll send him back out. 15-year-old goalkeeper. Milan, Udinese. And it's been a while. It's actually been multiple times, which I don't usually... I've been trying to stick with that a little bit more. Though we don't have a ton of stars that are currently, like, here. Right? Like Beraldi is probably like the one guy you maybe want like playing training kind of well, and even he's more like we almost want to just like get him out on loan. Yeah, and then nobody else is really exciting. So yeah, he's just not good though. So I won't go through this year. It'll be a good like time saving thing too. Won't go through all of those guys. And praise trainings. Nobody that we're like too particular. Like even if there was just like one guy, I would probably just do everybody. But there really isn't too much interest in us like doing that. And Milan with another draw. Udinese. Are we the baddies? Hey, welcome in, Looney Hoon. Oh, I forgot to change that size. Should write a note. Should write a note to self, to be honest. It's actually pretty full. Still going strong in FM22? Yeah, yeah, I'm just not too excited. Like, I do want to get FM23, but I really would want to just like focus on my next series when it comes out. So I'm more excited for the full release. I'll probably switch over. So in terms of where we're at with Brescia here in 22, we won Serie A for the first time last year, and we also won the Champions League last season as well. We did have to make some sales. We're kind of in a weird spot financially. We're much more stable now, I think, after a couple of years of sales. So I'm excited to maybe start adding guys. Not that we're really going to get to play with them too much, but the goal of the series is kind of accomplished. So I guess it could have been a good time to jump into like a beta save, but I think instead we're kind of doing a victory lap, and generally off to a good start this season. Off to a really good start this season. Only one draw. Everything else has been victories. So the team is in an excellent place. Be kind of sad to see it go, in a way. When we're at, like, the top of our game. But it is what it is. 6 jumping reach. Yeah, 30K. Let's go. Actually, although speaking of which, what is our... So... Training facilities are like 2-3 weeks away. Stadium expansion's not too far away. Honestly, we'll probably... I don't know. I don't know if we'll ask for like more money. I guess that's probably what I should do. Just wait till January to request more money. Make one more addition, maybe make a couple of sales while we also have like 100% transfer revenue retained. Okay, so Garnaseki. We get a little break until we take on Dortmund for the second time. So I think it's an opportunity for the starters. I guess it could also be an opportunity to fully rest Abdulev. Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. And then I probably should play Orestes, but we'll play Cesarano. We'll push the youngster. Barcelo. And Barclay. Madu. Go back to Cueva, though he's also struggling a little bit. And we'll keep Olmo, Satriano, and Cabrera, I think, at the front. Nah, that is how we'll handle the front. No, we'll go Mino since he's actually like losing some sharpness. I'm not too concerned about Malacia. Yeah, we just need to carry on where we left off. Opposition. Press the width like we like to do. And then how are these? Melittieri, I think, should be cutting in. Yeah, they should both be cutting in, so. That's fine. Yeah, I'll try to keep an eye on fouls. And then I don't think I need any tweaks to the front. Yeah, I don't really see it as a matchup. I mean, I do think it has value to keep runs going where possible. And I think we can play very, very well. Yeah, I'll give them a little bit of praise. They are where they are on merit. A couple of tough results for them recently. We've obviously been off to an incredible streak, scoring 11 in the last 2 games. But can we get it done here in the away ground at a team that is playing pretty well and maybe getting a couple of those upsets this season? Barclay tries again for Cabrera, gets denied. Satriano working wide, not entirely where you want him. Oscar Cueva will flip it out to Barcelo, who just lets Trentin take it from him. Cool. This time Barcelo surges forward. Not quite right for Cabrera. Pekovic bringing it down. The pressure will stay on. Cabrera, a chance. Oh, why would you do that? I guess trying to keep it out of the keeper's reach, maybe? Just one better decision in that, sequence. Somewhere in that sequence. And we would have been a goal up. Karnaseki with a good save. Close enough from the long-range effort. And now we have to deal with a corner. Galbraith. Cabrera gets brought down. Galbraith pushing a guy into the net. Being a little bully. And the penalty is awarded. Satriano steps up. And after missing his last one a few games ago, he puts this one home very, very nicely. Tucks it right into that corner, the side netting. Corner netting, I should say. Barcelo. Strides forward. Satriano in the middle. Heads it pretty strong, but handled by Mazzini. Cabrera. There to pounce on any mishandling. We've been dominant in possession, but aren't exactly going crazy with the attempts. Galbraith heads this one over. Sekulov. Cesarano. Moletieri with the header. Galbraith will clear it. Madu heads it along. And Brescia reset in their defensive setup. Bianchi. Oh. Not a bad finish attempt there. Cesarano, Pekovic. Cueva. Barcelo just standing around. Barcelo just doesn't seem up for it today for some reason. Barclay. Oh, I wanted him to play Cabrera with a long ball. Satriano. Back to Barclay. Looks to find Mino blocked in front. Satriano looks to turn it. And it is blocked. And out for a corner. And then off the post from Satriano. Yeah. I think we're going to up the tempo a touch. Oh. And you know what else I want to do? Try to open up space, run at the defense a little bit. Back to Karnaseki. As we reset. Galbraith wide. Barclay looks to chip it forward. Satriano won't get there though. Fizz. Back. Malezieri. He looks to play Sekulov through. He's onside. A chance to equalize. But misses. Barclay looking for Cabrera. Malezieri. And he looks to play Bianchi through. Karnaseki out in no man's land a little bit, but he clears for Satriano. Madu, Barclay. Cuts it back. Madu runs forward, pushing. Looks to cut it. And Barcelo loses the foot race. He hasn't done anything like majorly wrong, but it just does seem like there's been a few chances. I think it's just kind of unfortunate for him that we've just seen them. Beautiful here, though. Cabrera rockets it through. Eddie was on. Woo! Very nice attacking move here. Madu into Satriano, back to Mino, changing that angle a little bit. Then a perfectly weighted ball off the well-timed run. And Cabrera blasts it home. Absolutely brilliant from Cabrera. I feel like I've said brilliant like 30 times today. Sabatini, Sekulov, Bianchi. Cesarano was offside. Oops. Didn't notice that, but we are outpacing them pretty, not significantly, but we are outpacing them in free kicks. I think free kicks are just that opportunity for them to get a little bit of control, a little bit of rigidity. Take the pressure off of themselves. So we're gonna try here to foul a little less. Cueva, Mino, Madu, Petkovic to Barclay, who's striding forward. Back to Satriano, who drags it forward. Fizz brings him down. And this could be disaster. No penalty. No penalty. That's interesting. I don't know that I've seen too many overturns on that in that manner. Usually when it's... yeah, how are we doing? Petkovic is a little tired. But we're not, like, dominating by any means. I think we're going to make a change at both wingback spots. Nordberg's complacent here. We will actually get Malacia the game. I do need to get Nordberg more time on the left wing, but I think we'll do that. And I think that's how we'll start. And I want Petkovic's dominance. Galbraith on the back post. An opportunity, but couldn't keep it down. Cicerano. That could be the other move. Just get a stronger defensive player over Cicerano. Could also look to freshen up the midfield. Madu is a touch tired. Now, we want to rest. I want to rest Abdulev, so I don't want to make a sub in the back. I think we'll make a late sub of Madu. I don't want to throw... With it only being a 2-goal lead, I don't want to throw any wrench into things by putting, like, a complacent guy in, though. Is the way that I'm going to treat that. Just in case. I mean, I think we're dominating this game. I would be very, very upset if this somehow turned into a draw or worse, a loss, but... Don't want to open it up, because then it's kind of like if they do score one through some complacency or something, it's like, what do you do? Do you get more aggressive? Do you get more defensive? And just start asking questions, you know? In real life, I probably would make a substitution at this point, just as like a time-wasting strategy. But it is what it is, I guess. Mendoza. Looks to flip it out. Malacia. Ooh, well-timed run. Bianchi. Carnesecchi saves. But that's exactly one of those moments. Mino in a dangerous spot. Goes over. I think I would have liked to see Cabrera take that one. No offense to Mino. We do enough. We do underperform the XG a little bit, though we did get a penalty call, but that was also one of the ones we converted. But overall, I think it was good. We just didn't really get through them too often to get a ton of shots. We Didn't have that many, ultimately, today. Yeah, I think an early goal is usually very, very important. Yeah, we're confident. We believe in ourselves. Anything's possible. I think confidence is a good thing, and right now it's apparent in each member of the squad. Milan's still chasing. And we'll have a long week to prepare for Dortmund, the second leg here. I am going to take a quick break. Oh, 18 heading. And only 14 jumping reach. But interesting. That is like that's the type of heading that's like a weapon in a way. Nothing too negative, and some potential. We'll keep Sevo around, and yeah, I want to set this. So I will be right back. Oops. And I'm back. Okay. I'm actually wondering about making this like a physical week. Um, uh, um, um, just so much. You know, add another like defensive training in then, something like that. Roma beat Fiorentina, which, well, I guess Roma is also one of the top teams right now. Venice continues to draw every once in a while, but it seems like they're not getting too much momentum going. Sampdoria upset Lazio, and Sassuolo beat Bologna. Sure. Okay. Sure, put Foleta in there. And we bring Birkenbaum down a little bit. We are still missing those like elite wing backs. Been elusive. I mean, I guess he's just 15, but Hellas Verona upset Inter, and they have fallen out of European places after the 9-week mark. Very interesting season so far. Yeah, I guess I could have probably thrown like shifted this all over, thrown like one more like overall out there. Speaking of elite wingbacks, he has 19 pace still. Oh my god. What the fuck? What? Dude's insane. And we are starting to do our assignment on scouting Jean Arnaud. Yeah. Oh yeah, I meant to look at his defense. Oh, he has 15 positioning. I think he does become what's it called? Anyway. But I think he does become a deep line playmaker for us, beside Madou. Or, I mean, I haven't really considered Madou as, like, a deep line playmaker, but, I mean, he could also do that at, like, an insanely high level, too, right? If we think there would maybe be more upside for Arnaud getting into the box more often or something. That does involve Danilo Pekovic feeling it a little bit. And a big injury for the young Anthony Cesarano, who hasn't really been able to, like, get consistent play time. And that further hurts his development this season. We are re-upping He's actually still pretty good. William Anderson, very good crosser. Some tackling, some positioning, no marking whatsoever. Yeah. I don't know, I want them to play. He wants to sign Yenner. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that too much. I'm still thinking Yenner comes back into the fold, but don't know. I do think this Dortmund match, we will probably start everybody. Yeah, see, I mean, we're losing a good chunk of money. Pretty consistently, but I don't know. We also have a big chunk that we can go through. And assuming we're successful yet again in Serie A, that's another, like, 30 mil or so, I think, and... Barcelo, not as ambitious, is allowing him to get his temper, less sporting, more controversial. More adaptable and more higher sportsmanship. Cicerano, unfortunately injured, but does get to play a little bit. Ooh, we also get goal of the month. Also, we see Remo Cesario as Serie B U19 Player of the Month, with a couple of goals to his name. So we will go through these goals. We often don't get it, but we have scored some incredible goals this year. An expression man, Samuel Mulettieri, didn't get too many chances with us, but wasn't also doing too many finishes like that either. I mean, quite the curler. And this was in our dismantling of Venice, but was how he opened the scoring? Oh yeah, I guess it was. And just absolutely rifled. But I do think we will... I think for Brescia Dortmund, at a chance to potentially secure our qualification, I think we will probably get the starters as much as the way that I see the starters, at least. Assuming everybody's, like, okay. I'm expecting very little rotation. Although Pekovic may also be a little delayed in his recovery. And that would be how I see it. But we'll see the day of, if that's true. What would be nice is if we can secure qualification here, which I don't know that the math would quite work out for that. But if we could, then that's 2 more games that Adebayo could potentially play. And then I don't have to play him quite as often in the league. crazy. I do think I have to maybe get a little bit more critical here. How many are on my short list? That was 125. So many. It's not a short list if there's like 500 players on it, right? I don't know, man. He seems pretty good. I mean, this is definitely generally a very good crew. Very good crop of player. Pegovic is the favorite to win the Serbian Player of the Year. Nice. Fullback with some potential. Gallagher. No real negatives. What is with these French goalkeepers all like being pretty decent? And then this week's training. And we'll see about what's kind of going on there. We do, I agree with that, need a strong finish. Everybody doing okay out there? Only one goal. Well, in all appearances, 2 goals for Yenner. Consafil, who I think is playing like attacking wing. That's 2 goals. 3 goals in all appearances. Odegaard, likely your Norwegian Player of the Year. Decent for Cesario. And then Zellini at Hellas Verona is generally performing very well. Reina, guy we're excited about. At least is something from our youth intake, potentially. And Fizori, after a very hot start, seems to have cooled off. And Pekovic can play. No concerns. So it will be Pekovic, Abdullah, Galbraith. We'll be more reactionary against Benevento, essentially, is kind of what I'm thinking. How is Birkenbaum feeling? Is he fresh? And we will get Birkenbaum in for Barclay. Barcelo's on his yellow warning, which kind of makes me just want to play him. Though Nordberg not getting a ton of reps right now. Orestes, Barclay, Nordberg, Raska, Valeda, Stromberg. Mino on the bench. So we're going to drop our line. And I think, again, I think that's just where we'll start. A couple different names. They're going back to Peter Jan Janssen up front. It won't be. And they'll cut it. So we'll look to press their wider guys when they press up. Both teams are carrying good form. I think it's going to be a good match. But we need to go with the confidence that we can show that we're better than they are. Win here would be anything can happen, but we're doing well and want to put ourselves in a good position. It's a huge morale boost, and hopefully we can continue that momentum. Remember, boys, we just dominated this squad not too long ago. Do it again. Do it at home. Do it in front of the fans. And put our stamp at the top of Group C. I think we're Group C. And could Dynamo Kiev make it interesting at all? Or are they going to kind of get rolled over by every team? They need to start winning, and they need to start winning now if they're to take advantage of anything. Well cut out by Barcelo. Almada. Olmo. Set up for the kick. I think he's going to go for just the long-range shot. And Meslier was on. Had to make the save. Now Olmo will take the corner. Oh, and I think Galbraith is going to be offside. Very odd. I'm not entirely sure. Off the post, and it is disallowed. Off the crossbar, and then just kind of like fell into Galbraith's lap and somehow went in. Another yellow card, or another red card in the PSG match. This time it's the other way. Can PSG maybe reverse some things after they got whooped up on last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. Danny Olmo. Matu, and he looks to find Cabrera. He looks to touch it in. He'll take the shot, but not much angle, and it was well cut out. Elizio. Giovanni. Elizio. Almada. Giovanni. Dortmund looking to build. Mansverk. I guess he was onside. Brescia. Barcelo. And an offside there. On a little bit of a flick header. Barcelo, Cabrera, Cueva. Barcelo to the byline looking for Olmo, who was slashing. Madu. Galbraith surging forward. And he looks to cut it back. But was unsuccessful. Dulev heads it, but Fadi. Poor there. Abdullah read it well, though. Cueva, Abdullah, and Galbraith linking up together and playing it. Barcelo heads it forward to Cabrera, who goes wide with it and brings it back to Barcelo. And Satriano looking to move in there. Is it another disallowed goal, or did he stay on? It took PSG 12 more minutes, but they do take the lead. And 2 disallowed goals here for Brescia. Yeah, he was. Not that I thought that he wasn't. Madu flips it up. Cabrera brings it down well. Strong shot. And it'll be a corner. Nice ball from Madu. Olmo. Pekovic. And just over the bar. An opportunity. Rivero. Kern. Meslier. Flips it out. Elizu. And a long cross ball. A good pass. Breaking Brescia down a little bit. Peter Jan Janssen. It falls back to him, and Karnaseki tips it at full stretch. We must be playing in the early window, because it seems like the PSG game is the only other one going on. Cabrera headed hard. It was a good cross. Oh, and Olmo couldn't take it off. Horror goalkeeping from Carnesecchi. Horror. I mean, it would have been nice for the Olmo interception right here. But no excuse. That ball going by you. In position and just horror. Cabrera. Oh, and he tries to go back across the goalkeeper. I think if he just heads it down for the far post. Just before half, PSG. Can Brescia get one more? Olmo. Madou with a blast! One of his best goals, and maybe at an important moment. Just drop back for him, and he sets up and just rifles it home. And for all the dominance that Brescia had, it is level off of a... But it is those things and these times that have made Brescia so dangerous. Cabrera. Back to Abdulev. Olmo, Cabrera, Satriano. Cueva. And he's looking for Cabrera. Wasn't quite right, but it was fantastic off the start. But it was a free kick. Oh, Birkenbaum offside. Cabrera from range. Hits the wall. Abdulev gathers it and gets it back into the feet of more offensive player in Cueva. Pekovic finds Cabrera. What a touch and what a finish. Oh my goodness, just created out of nothing. And Danilo Pekovic will get a lot of credit, but it was Cabrera opening himself up for that. And for some reason, three guys all looking at Martin Satriano. A mistake from Dortmund and fully capitalized upon by Brescia. PSG is doing it now. 3-0. It's been slow. They're not like going wild over there, but it is becoming that dominant to kind of switch the result on its head from, again, last week? 2 weeks ago? I don't actually know how long ago it was. The last round of match days. Cabrera heads it hard, but he pretty easily saved. Barcelo, Satriano, and then down to Cabrera. And Maximiliano with a brace to give Brescia the lead. I did tell Barcelo. No, I didn't. To ease off tackles. Somehow able to wrap his foot around that. Corner. Opportunity for Borussia Dortmund. Doesn't get past Galbraith, who clears it strongly. And it is Maximiliano Cabrera who surges forward. But he'll go wide. And he's looking for Satriano, who did nearly pick out that top corner. Bomb back to Carnesecchi, and he looks to clear. Kern and Satriano kind of let the ball bounce. Very odd. Neither guy seemed sure. Nice ball. Barcelo turns around. Giovanni cuts inside of him and opens up space. He has a go himself. Would have been an incredible run, but ultimately, I think a pretty easy finish from a tight angle, or save on a finish from a tight angle. I don't know when our next Champions League match is, but I think we will take out Barcelo here, and we'll also go to Rasca. And we'll bring in Orestes. And we'll just get the guys that got tired first out of the game. I think we're going to continue to play on positive. If we get another one, I'll maybe pull it back. I guess I could pull it back a little bit. And Rasca, who's been doing this more and more this season. Almost steals it. They surge forward. He looks for Satriano, who holds it up. Rasca, Olmo. Birkenbaum surging. And then he takes it back wide. Rasca somehow finds Cabrera. Nordberg, but blocked in front. Galbraith, oh, nearly. Cabrera with an incredible find as almost surged through. Olmo. Searching. Cueva. Orestes has a go from range. Galbraith. Oh, and Cabrera wasn't quite there to get his foot on it. Could have been his hat trick in a wonderful second half performance, regardless of that. But I don't know. Looking for Cabrera, but couldn't find it. Fresca. Rasca. And he looks for Cabrera. A decent ball. Cabrera looks to cut inside. Not quite. Olmo. Satriano. Oh, and a header off the crossbar. Cleared by Dortmund. And Birkenbaum gathers. Galbraith stays up forward, and he searches for Satriano, who gets the free header. But hits it just wide. Whoa. But a nice cross there from Galbraith. And I do think PSG, because didn't they lose 5-1? They have not only come back, it's all a goal differential game really at that point. But they've erased their goal differential from their mistake, capitalizing. Satriano heads it back across. Nicely done by Rasca. Cabrera just tries to head it back, I think. Oh, actually, Kern won that to Giovanni. Nordberg steals it, plays Cabrera, who's looking for Satriano, but Kern able to jump up and take that one away. That'll be the end, and over the course of 2 legs, domination from Brescia, for Brescia over Dortmund. Dortmund again kind of whimpering in the second half, and Maximiliano Cabrera gets the job done. It was a really crucial moment for that Madou goal. Fantastic strike, absolutely no question. Elsewhere, some high-scoring games. Hoffenheim whoop up on Vitoria. Man City dominate over Feyenoord behind a Holland hat-trick. Barcelona do enough. Chelsea with a 3-0 win. Celtic do keep Dynamo Kiev with 0 points and give them maybe a chance with Dortmund falling twice to Brescia. If Celtic can upset Dortmund, they have a chance, right? But they would also have to beat us, right? PSG with a big win, and Juventus do enough to beat Red Bull Salzburg. I did not. Barcelo also gets his card. We'll simulate through this Wednesday, and then we'll check. I forgot, because I think I went to the restroom or whatever, and I kind of need to go again. But, consecutive wins record for Brescia. And then we'll have an international break. After Benevento. Elsewhere, Benfica behind a Darwin Nunez brace. Bukayo Saka scores twice for Arsenal. Lyon beats Ajax. Man United beat Gladbach. Milan, Rafael Leao hat-trick against Young Boys. Liverpool, we're maybe a little upset at Spartak Moscow. Bayern Munich. Udinese has been really competitive, but they just haven't been able to get some of these tough wins. And then a draw for Monaco, Real Madrid. Yeah, we're going to go here. And again, everybody who started that game get an extra day of rest. And in the Champions League, through 4, Man City have qualified as the winners of Group A. Pretty tight one with 2 games remaining between Hoffenheim, Vitoria, and Feyenoord. Pretty tight race. Chelsea and Barcelona leading in Group B. But not completely far enough away, if there's a slip. If Chelsea beat Barcelona again, it makes it a very interesting chance for somebody, right? We have qualified. We will definitely be in, but we did not qualify as first, which I definitely want us to do. So I don't think it'll be Adebayo in the next game. Essentially, I think that would be probably the most questionable change, but we do have to keep taking it seriously. With Dortmund and Celtic both trying to get forward. I'd have to think we would do pretty well, but we should be fine. But it is what it is. PSG, Red Bull Salzburg, and Juventus, pretty tight group in Group D. Group E is also very tight outside of Genk. Group F, pretty much everybody's tight. Liverpool and Milan, they don't know which order it will be, but they have both qualified. So this is kind of the one group that's kind of over. Really, the biggest match remaining is probably, they drew each other. That's the big one. The deciding factor. Real Madrid have also clinched qualification. Bayern Munich, not too far away, likely to get out of this group. And yeah, Udinese have not won a game, so 0 points. So they're kind of out of it. So they did make the Champions League, but it doesn't look like they will be getting out of the group stage. But like I said, 1 goal lost to Bayern, another 1 goal lost to Bayern, a 1 goal lost to Real Madrid, 2 goal loss to Monaco. Just very unfortunate and very frustrating on that side. And Juventus have a little bit of work to do, but the Italian clubs, I think, kind of doing as expected up to this point. And with that, I will take a quick break and be right back. back. $123. Oh boy. Atalanta beat SPAL. Atalanta winning the Hustle Award, apparently. Milan and Juventus play today. And another draw for Milan. And Juventus do win, so they do keep the pressure on us to continue our good start. Hellas Verona also getting a victory. Yeah, we can keep an eye on that. You know what? Yeah, he's inconsistent. Another guy. Yeah, they're also like fringe. Yeah. Fringe like backup players, honestly, at this moment. And we want to to continue our good momentum with, again, 32 of our players will be going out for international duty. Yeah, I at least want to be able to shoot for Arnaud. Well, actually. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, and it is international break, so it's kind of a good time to just play the starters, play the hits a little bit. Yeah, so we're gonna keep the same crew out there. Oppositionally, I don't wanna tackle them hard. I mean, you can do what you want. What the hell kind of formation is this? I'm gonna press both those wide guys. Always helps to be as prolific as we've been in front of goal. Yeah, if you could score goals in there. Oh, right, they're bad. I should have played like Adebayo. Anyway, believing in ourselves is half the battle. Maybe play everybody. It's honestly not been too difficult for us. We're winning games. And we know there's the frequency, so. So with Benevento sitting back with a lot of guys, I think this could become a very interesting. The challenge here is maybe a little bit different. Pimentel. Trabalik. Ooh, De Serio. Has to go wide, but a lot of attention paid to him. Ooh. Somehow all of those passes and stuff got through. I'm not quite sure how. Danny almost searching for Satriano, but can't find him. Pollock looks to turn. Barcelo does well. Cabrera does well. Good touch, though, from Satriano. Hit low and hard. Very good moment from Brescia. Making weird decisions right now. The whole team. Everybody. Pimentel. Stanga. Picked up by Satriano. Danny Olmo. Plays it into Cabrera's feet. Cueva searching for Madu. Now Birkenbaum providing width. Cuts it in. Satriano heads it towards goal. Madu back to Pekovic. Abdulev. Cueva, Olmo, Satriano. He's going to play it into Cabrera now. He's got a one-on-one chance, and he does it excellently. And more like it from Brescia. Up through every level of this team, and it ends with a striker-to-striker connection. I am almost wondering, like, a pressing forward would be good in this game. Like, it seems like Udoge could just kind of hang out. And he seems willing to. So, like, another guy that would be willing to, like, get up there and press. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Low cross in. Cabrera hits it hard, but blocked. Galbraith. Back to Cueva. Pekovic. We'll get it wide to Birkenbaum. Pekovic staying up to support. Birkenbaum cuts it back in another corner. And Pekovic with his foot. And somehow that was saved. And Satriano flies high, but so does the ball. Another corner. Satriano flying in again, but missing. And Satriano's had a couple of tough days in front of goal now, but he's also doing some other things that are very interesting. Somehow that ball gets through, and it is Maximiliano Cabrera again. But did he get back on side? And he did. That's an excellent goal. Olmo just, like, picking that out from nowhere. Was that Udogie, who was late getting out of the corner, held him on? It was. it is. It's just there is something about Maximiliano Cabrera. I know, like, it's maybe mean to Stromberg, and Stromberg has just as many strengths. But there is just something about Cabrera, man. He just does find spots. Satriano, I'm not sure that he was onside, but I guess he was, and he just finds space. Kind of similar to the Højbjerg goal for Spurs a couple weekends ago. I guess that was last weekend, but then we just like finds space, gets time to turn, and just like flips one out in a good spot. And it is Udogie again keeping the team on side. I mean, at least this time he was like doing something, I guess. There was like a reason. Not just like slow getting out of the corner. Oh, and I'm not sure. I think Galbraith will probably be offside. I guess not. 4-0. Flips it back to Danny Olmo. The veteran settles it down and goes wide. Brescia then decide just to go all the way back, reset things. Karnaseki out to Galbraith. Falls to Birkenbaum. Marcelo. To Cueva, who has a shot. And an absolutely dominant first half from Brescia. Then an early hard foul, and it will be a yellow card. Nothing too special in the second half, but it was nearly an opportunity there with Satriano running. Cabrera, Satriano, Madu, oh, another chance. So Birkenbaum is complacent, and I mean, I guess so is Barclay, but I do think we will go Jan Valeda. Get him in. And Stromberg in for Satriano, as we just make a couple of subs for some key players. Yeah, and we'll pull back. Looks for Cabrera, who takes it wide. Continue to be wide, opening up a little bit of space for Barcelo as multiple guys are watching him. Flipped over, Destiny Udoge as well. Barclay. He looks to find Stromberg. Madu. And Valledo takes a looping shot. And Jan Valledo just sits out at range and scores an absolute beauty in his substitution appearance. Valeta wants another one from even further out, but a big save. Madu. Pekovic. Barclay. Galbraith flips it up to Madu. Olmo. Searching pass for Stromberg. Medrano. Looking to kick one last one deep. But another dominant performance from Brescia. Stromberg, one final chance. Can the substitute make a play? Barcelo will flip it back, and that might just do it there. It does. And low XG chances when they did get him. Outside of one. But a dominant performance. Did Benevento's poor recent form believe you could win? Yeah, we know what we're capable of, and we believe in our ability. Seems like a real budge. Yeah, yeah, we just always try to build on those good times. Haven't decided that yet. I mean, it's going into international break for most of these guys. Elsewhere, Inter draw. Udinese get a win, and Roma get a win. And Bologna's draw and Benevento's loss gets Bologna out of the relegation places, at least for the moment. And the courting continues for Anthony Madu. Yeah, I guess we can kind of do whatever we want. Tactical stuff is fine. I think we'll just throw in like a team bond and a community outreach or something. he's played. So 10 weeks in, we stop there as we look at the competition. Yeah, so with it being that, I did get a late start today, but we'll be kind of ending it around the time I normally do. But I just think we're going to be doing a lot of international break stuff pretty much. So I think we'll stop it there. Stop a little bit early. I do have plans tonight, so give myself maybe a little bit more time to get that done. We already have some hardware, and we have won. We are at the top of our group in the Champions League. I don't know who's next, and we do have Celtic. So it's very likely the Dynamo Kiev game does not matter for us. We will probably if we win against Celtic, we should lock ourselves into first place pretty comfortably. Where am I going? Going in Serie A, we have one draw as our only, which was the first game of the season, as our only really disappointing. And we've just slowly been climbing back to the top, and we are still there with Milan and Inter slipping a little bit this year. Udinese also not in the same position where they were like third last year. Instead, we have Hellas Verona, Roma, and Sampdoria. Some wild teams kind of jumping up here. Everybody may be playing a little bit better now. And Juventus are kind of our biggest competitors. They've drawn once. The difference is they've also lost once. But we've put ourselves in an excellent position. It is tough to just like keep winning, but I guess that's the same thing for Juventus. They have to keep winning to surpass us. So we have to be prepared. We've been unbelievable these last two seasons. The victory lap season is kind of going pretty well at the moment. Next time out, we get probably our most difficult series of games yet, as we have the important Celtic match. We do have Roma, AC Milan, Juventus, as we push towards winter break. I think we'll try to get to winter break over or on. It's going to be a little difficult. It's a lot of games. Monday, we're going to try to get through to international break. We really just have to play games for the most part and move through our massive list of scouting targets. But our toughest stretch of games yet for sure this season. I don't know that anything else is close. Starting Lazio Inter is a little iffy, but hopefully we can continue this excellent run and keep it going. Thanks everybody who stopped in. Like, subscribe for those on YouTube. Continue to follow on Twitch. Really appreciate everything. I do need to do a little bit more work, I think, in refining these videos a little bit, but hopefully we can kind of get into that for Football Manager 2023. I think that'll be part of my goal, is to maybe clean it up a little bit there, but we'll see if we can get that done. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.